Thank you so much, Ahmed Hussein. The members of the executive committee were here, the staff, dear colleagues, fellow countrymen, internal and external stakeholders of the game of football, and our dear Fourth Estate. Through you, I communicate this message on behalf of FUFA, on behalf of football, to our listeners and the wider audience, local, international, and everywhere. And on behalf of FUFA, on behalf of football, allow me to congratulate all of you for completing 2024. Glory be to God. And also wish you a prosperous 2025. As the president of FUFA, as you are aware, I hold a delegated mandate given to me by the 34 members every 4 years. And my job is to superintend over the vision, the mission, objectives, programs, and activities of the members, but most importantly, also protect the interests of the members. Football is a public good, the most beautiful, loved, and followed sport in the world and in Uganda. Football holds emotions of many of us, and it's the most proven unifier we can talk about. All of us are emotive about football. People don't eat, people don't sleep when football is not served the way they want it served. There's one Bill Shankly who said, actually disagreed with people who say football is a matter of life and death. To him, in his opinion, it was much more than that. So football must be held to understand that we are holding a lot of emotions of very many people. So we take it very seriously. Therefore, it's incumbent upon me to address the nation on the status, plans, progress, and the challenges of the sport of football in Uganda. 2024 goes down as a year where we lost a number of gallant sons of the game, gallant sons and daughters of the game. Noticeably, Fred Kajoba, the ex-international, Becca Kasigwa, Esther Msoke, Richard Odong, the chairman of Gulu DFA, Peter Kabugo, the referee, Mayanja Mululi and Agao Rashid were players, and many others who are relatives to the football family. All we can say is that may their souls rest in eternal peace. In my address, I want to talk about AFCON and CHAN. For us, we dream big. We dreamed, and the naysayers could not believe this. As FUFA, we sold our dream to host East Africa to our sister federations in Kenya and Tanzania, and also to our representative governments. So eventually we came with the AFCON Pamoja 2027 bid, to which CAF granted us the hosting rights. This has also come with the rights to host CHAN 2024, that's now scheduled for February 2025 in East Africa. I wish to inform the country that the governments of Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda have made huge investments in infrastructure and associated expenses. As the population of over 170 million people of the hosting nations, you can expand it to 500 million people if we include the countries of Rwanda, Burundi, Ethiopia, South Sudan, DRC, Malawi, and Zambia. This is the greatest opportunity to celebrate football and showcase our countries to the world. I'm aware that Uganda alone has already spent or earmarked more than $350 million for just these competitions. The preparations are ongoing, and we are getting more certain every day that these competitions will be a success here in East Africa. I call upon the private sector to seize the opportunities that come with such international competitions. Those are in hospitality, tourism, entertainment, and all other sectors that support the tournament. As a federation, as a local organizing committee, we will provide the necessary information for those that want to invest as with the private sector. But most importantly, we have used this opportunity to improve on our infrastructure landscape. As we are all aware, we have a challenge of infrastructure in this country, not only for international matches, but also for national matches, but also even for our village matches. We have a huge challenge. However, we have used this opportunity to engage government, and for me, we have already seen some results in this area. If I can mention, because of CHAN and AFCON, government is going, or is already investing resources in the following infrastructure. Nambole Stadium, already done, and there's a lot of improvement that's supposed to be done, inclusive of changing the roof and also the access to the stadium. The training facility at Nambole, the pitch has been redone, inclusive of the lighting and changing rooms. These are things we didn't have. And remember, these training facilities can as well be used for some of our lower competitions in the country. The stadium in Hoima, there's a lot of progress, and I'm very certain that it will be delivered in time, considering the speed at which it's moving. But the stadium in Hoima will come with 4 training facilities, including the stadium in Masindi. Akibwa, as we are all aware, the contract was signed, mobilization is going on, and we believe that a stadium is going to be done there at international level, but it will also include training facilities in Lira, most importantly, Peche Stadium in Igulu as well. Chambogo University has been highlighted as one of the training facilities, and also Makerere University, we believe that it will also be done such that by 2027 AFCON, these facilities can not only be used as training facilities, but also for competitions at national level. Government has also facilitated the following privately owned infrastructure to supplement CHAN and AFCON. The FUFA Stadium Kadiba, which is owned by FUFA. Wankuluku Stadium, as we speak, right now, there are major changes going on to change the changing rooms and the pavilion and the pitch itself, which we believe will benefit as an industry because this is our competition venue for many of our UPL and other competitions matches. But also the international school in Pokoto, there will also be an improvement. And this is to facilitate CHAN, to ensure that in the shortest time possible, we have facilities that can be used as the training facilities. I can't stop mentioning that government is also investing in improving the following government infrastructure, not necessarily for CHAN, but resources have been committed. Omondi Stadium in Lugogo, Masaka Recreation Ground, and resources have also been earmarked in the budget for Kacheka Stadium in Ibarara. So we believe that this investment which is being done by government is something to take note of because it's only making the entire sporting infrastructure better and better. There are also, among others, different private sector investments that have been made for the following facilities. As we are aware, the FUFA Technical Center in Injeru, a new artificial turf is being laid there to ensure that the facility is also used for international matches, but also for the national competitions. Ham Stadium in Achivubo, as we are aware, it's already hosting matches, and CAF has also allowed it to host some of the international matches of the lower categories. St. Mary's Chitende is already being used for international matches and also for the national competitions. Bokedia Comprehensive School Sports Park, Bokedia, is another new facility that has been brought on board. Amos College in Bokedia is also another facility center that has been brought on. There's also Denver Stadium in Entebbe, which is going on, and many others I may not mention here. But these are facilities that can be upgraded to international levels, and therefore it's my plea that the government takes the initiative to support the private sector investors, especially in the sports infrastructure. All I can say for now as a country is to call upon you, everybody, all of us, to encourage each one of us to support CHAN 2024, which is coming on the 1st of February. Very soon, the draws will be conducted. Already the teams that have qualified have been named. I believe the next thing will be teams coming to Uganda to camp in preparation for the competition. On the side of FUFA, I'll talk about governance, because for us we believe one of our biggest success stories is governance at FUFA. And it's the duty of the executive committee and the judicial committee, the judicial commission, to protect the game on behalf of the members. Judicial processes have been done. The judicial processes have been reorganized. They have been supported to ensure that the game is protected very well. As you are aware, a number of people have been banned, particularly to highlight in the cases of predetermination of results. And since our campaign started in March 2023, 19 persons have been banned, and we have full evidence. I've had some people there trying to tell people that people have been banned without evidence, and some of the victims trying to play innocent. We have been very careful that those that are still at large, investigations are still going on, and we want to be sure such that by the time we come up and say somebody is banned, we are extremely sure. We are also aware that there are some communications that are done. I mean, somebody looks at a goal and says, the way this goal has gone in, it looks like there was predetermination. That's not how FUFA operates. We need proper evidence, we need proper investigations, and at the right moment when we get it, we'll definitely come and share with the public. So you might think we are not acting, but behind the scenes there's a lot going on, and I want to assure Ugandans that our duty, and they have the ability, supported by CAF, supported by FIFA, supported by the Uganda police, and supported by the betting houses, by the way, themselves. We are able to capture a lot of information, and by the time we come to conclusions, especially the people under our control, we will be sure that these are people to be dealt with. So the public does not have to worry. We have the means, we have the tools, and we're also engaging Uganda police to ensure that they set up a department that has the knowledge to understand how this is done. Because the law was done, the National Sports Act, and predetermination of results is criminal, but we need to get the police with the ability to investigate and appreciate. And we are having engagements with the management of the Uganda police, and sooner than later, we will have proper engagements. And the only thing I can tell you as a player, as a coach, as a football person, whoever you are, let us resist, let us recognize, and let us report whenever such incidences happen. In the area of governance, we have organized our statutory meetings, the General Assemblies, the Executive Committee meetings. These are requirements, and without them, you get challenges. We believe that 2025 is going to be the year of elections at FUFA, and we will organize free and fair elections. I want to assure the members of the football fraternity and public that the electoral rules have actually been even relaxed from the last time we sat in Moroto, and even then when we sat recently, in Maya, these rules have actually been relaxed. The committee to organize elections has been put in place. The program will be managed by the Electoral Commission, and we believe that we shall organize free and fair elections. So those who are interested in the different positions that will be vacant, please follow the rules, read the rules. There's a lot of time. We don't want to hear this business of people saying we were locked out. There is a lot of time. The processes are out. The details that will be required and the times will be released by the EC. Let us look for the support that we need. Let us not be crybabies. We still have a challenge at governance at our members, especially the clubs, but we'll work with them to try and improve. In the area of administration, which is still part of our governance, is our staffing going up. We have more staff that are coming in. We are motivating them. We are training them. We are paying them. When we started as the executive committee and said we need to improve on the number of staff to bring in more professionals, the debate at that time, Mr. Mugisha is here, and Mpima was, shall we be able to pay these people? But I think down over 8 years now, we are able to pay our staff. Even during COVID, when some institutions were struggling, we were able to pay our staff, pay their NSSF, pay their pay as you earn. But we have also managed the FUFA assets very well. Gone are the days when people are saying, where is the title of the FUFA house? I don't know, the bus is carrying passengers. I think those are stories that the people of today may read about just in the archives. I normally give an example of a bus we got 17 years ago from government, which is still on the road. It can still go to Dar es Salaam and Mombasa by road. This means, and you will struggle to find probably even government vehicles that were purchased in 2007 still in the condition. So this is said to ensure that we have been able to manage the assets, improve them, and make sure that our asset profile supports our balance sheets as well. In the area of sport, I will start with the development. We have been doing a lot of capacity building because football is a sport performed, managed, run by people. If the people do not have the know-how of what to do, then there's going to be a challenge. But coaching courses have been going on. They continue to go on. We have even come up in our strategies that going forward 2025, we are going to have courses in 5 languages for those who may not necessarily be proficient in the language of English. But they work with our children, so you cannot leave them out. They're enthusiastic. And I know that the Chinese coach football in Chinese, the Russians in Russian, so there's nothing so much about the English. So there's going to be a level where courses are going to be done in Luganda, in Luo, in Nyakitara, in Swahili, and Lugbar. We have also done courses for administration, as you are aware, and we continue to say that everybody who is involved in the game, it is our duty to make sure that you undergo some administration course. And some people, when we say that for you to be a delegate, you must have undergone, for example, a training in administration, people thought that it's a means to lock out people. No. Our objective is to make sure that the people who are talking about the game understand the administration of the game. So as FUFA, we are going to train all those people who are involved within the game at the level of the General Assembly, at the level of our members, to ensure that, at our cost, to ensure that the people who are running the game understand the administration. Our objective is people to understand the administration of the game. It's not to lock out people. And of course, also more training in refereeing to ensure that we have as many international persons as possible. We are proud that our own Navada Shamira participated in the Olympics. I think the first person at that, first Ugandan at that level, and a woman at it. We are proud of what she's doing. But there are many other players, if I mention a few names, who are representing us on the international scene, and CAF and FIFA are very proud of them. I get these recommendations, including Michael Eti, Yusuf Awiye, Naule Aisha, Adipo, Mwebe Ali, Sekabira Haji, Sekabira Abdul, Mandu Wamfre, Sewanyana Jamil, Okero, Vivian, Edgar Watson, Nancha, Leila, Ahmed, Hussein, Nyima, and many others. So by these people being in a position that they are doing continental functions, then we are very proud as a country that we are getting more people exposed, and we believe that whatever they get, they bring it back in their respective areas. In the area of science and technology, we are recruiting full-time staff to ensure that we approach football from a science and technology point of view, because we have believed that one of our challenges to be able to compete favorably has been our investment and understanding in the science and technology. Things to do with equipment, things to do with nutrition. We believe that we do not have enough resource in the industry to support, to make sure that people know what to eat, what not to eat, what to do and what not to do to condition the bodies. As you are aware, FUFA has purchased the catapult equipment for all the male and female clubs. That is the UPL and the FUFA Women's Super League. In development, I'll talk about the FUFA Technical Master Plan. As you are aware, the 4 pillars: mass football, elite path, pro clubs, and life after football. Consultations have been going on for those who have been following. Scouting courses have been organized across the whole country. We are training scouts so that every talent which is hidden in any corner, there's somebody down there who is going to be able to get into a computer system which is online and tell us, guys, wait, there's a talent I've just seen here in Germany. As we speak today, over 180 persons have already been trained as scouts, and our objective is to train as many as 2,000 persons across the whole country. And with that network, we believe that no talent will remain really unknown. We have also signed with the schools of excellence. These will be the centers that identified talents will be collected at. Chibuli Senior Secondary School, Muvara, Teso College, Aliot, Gombeses, Ngano High School, Kabalega, Senior Secondary School, Jinja College, St. Joseph's Laibi, St. Catherine Lira, Masaka SS, Nyakasura, and Kawempe Muslim. We believe that these schools, when we agree with them, will definitely provide them with technical expertise and equipment, and they will provide us with the facilities and bursaries to ensure that the girls we collect and boys from the scouting have somewhere else to first stop so that they can be sieved. The overall expectation is going to the National Football Academy, which we expect to run, that the best talents in the whole country who have gone through those centers of excellence are eventually working, good players playing with good players, and also working with the best coaches. We have also brought on board Pedros, who is a consultant, to help us in writing the curriculum. But as you are aware, Brand Omon, Annex International, and Joram Katende have also been recruited on a full-time basis to ensure that this technical master plan takes shape. So the philosophy, the curriculum, the teachers of teachers, we have moved along with our sponsors, MTN, Nile Breweries, Bidco, Nirvana, Finance Trust Bank, Star Times, and many others who are supporting the game of football, and these have been injecting money. Our engagement with our members. As we speak, we have had engagement with individual members. Each of the 16 UPL clubs has had an engagement with FUFA. And we appreciate from that point that a number of their proposals, some of them have been taken up immediately, some are being processed, but our engagement with each of the club in the UPL has given us a very good insight. It's only URA that we have not had a meeting, but definitely it will also be organized. We have visited all the provinces, meeting football stakeholders at a province level, the DFA level, and for the whole country. We moved around. It's only Sebei and Karamoja that we intend to do very shortly. We have also had engagements with our external stakeholders, FIFA, CAF, the government of the Republic of Uganda, particularly in terms of the funding, like I said, the law which was passed, the infrastructure. But we have also had engagements with the media. We continue having engagements with you, the media, because like I already mentioned, you bring a lot on board. And we need your support to take football to the next level. In terms of challenges, we still hold challenges. We would have wished to be where we want to be, but definitely infrastructure. And when we talk about infrastructure, you can see all the efforts I've mentioned. But this is infrastructure at international and national level. We still have a problem of infrastructure in the different geographies. For example, the whole of West Nile, which we know is a football hub, we need to make intentional investment in that area. When you look in the areas of Toro, in the areas of Ankole, in the areas of Chigezi, in the areas of Vosoga, in the areas of Wukedi, in the areas of Wugisu, in the areas of Karamoja, these are areas that are known to produce footballers, some of the best that Uganda has had. However, without infrastructure there, it becomes difficult for the clubs to play football. It becomes very difficult for talent to be identified. So we still have a challenge in terms of infrastructure to ensure that when a kid is born, it's only an option not to play football for the talent that could be hidden there. Football is a very expensive sport. For us to be able to fulfill what we dream, we need resources. And resources, we mean time. Resources, we mean people. Resources, we need money. Currently, we are doing all efforts as a federation. But the industry needs a lot more than what we are getting. So we need the known sources of money to football, and that is the private sector, of course the government, continued investment, and all other stakeholders. Let us ensure that we build the resources, because without resources, we cannot be able to organize the events we want, to prepare the kind of players we want, to be able to win the competitions we want to win. Because everything that's done requires resources. The other challenge we have is the mindset. Like I've already mentioned, it is not that we do not have resources. It is not that we do not have the potential to make the money. But we are in a situation that the mindset of the people need to be worked upon. We are Ugandans, we are born here, we will be buried here, we live here, and I will still continue to recruit many of you, and I've seen some of you have been recruited in the campaign to say, let us support Ugandan football. Let us do whatever we can do in our means. You're a journalist, you're a fan, you're a leader, and I've been talking even to my fellow members of parliament. You're a member of parliament, at your level, you're a minister, you are holding any position in the public, you are an artist, and you come up to promote foreign football. That does not help anybody. It does not help the economy, where you are actually trying to earn from, because whatever you do, you need people. And these people are the Ugandans. So let us speak this message and say, guys, look, yes, there is foreign football. All of us watch it, we see it, but let us learn from it, let us not spend on it. Because those resources we spend on it, if we had spent them on local football, we would definitely do much better than we are doing. And we look at our brothers in Tanzania who are spending on their football. How much are they paying? How much are they doing? There are some of the top clubs now on the continent. But when we go on the pitch, we beat them. Meaning that we have the ability to beat them. We have the ability in terms of quality to beat them. But the difference is that the Tanzanians are buying Tanzanian football and the Ugandans are buying foreign football. It becomes very, very difficult for us to execute the mission. So together with the clubs, together with wherever you are, let us this be our message. This message is not for me as an individual, it's not for you as an individual, it's but for generations to come. And of course, we still have a challenge of those who think that they will predetermine the results of football matches. I want to assure you that don't get on the wrong side of the law. Please, as a football person, in your capacity as a journalist, in your capacity as a player, as a coach, resist, recognize, and report. This is the best way we can protect this beautiful game. Despite all that, we have the means and tools of digging down, and we'll get down to you. And please, I've seen some of you, I've heard some people. You know, in this country, we have one challenge that people support the negative. When somebody is banned, then you see people coming out, how, where is the evidence, why, you know. But the truth is that it is wrong for this game. It is very wrong for anybody to do such acts. We should all, in unison, condemn those that are doing such acts. We should, in unison, that does not help me, neither does it help you, neither does it help our country. Where we have information, let us provide it to the authorities so that it can be used to get to the bottom. And there are not very many criminals. There are just a few people. And when we get them, let us condemn them. We are going to name them as we have been doing, and we shall shame them. When you reach at a wedding and you know you are the match fixer, and everybody sees you as the match fixer, it's not a very good welcome. And that's what we want to do. But I want to assure you that we have the means. My only worry is to see my very good friend when the law is taking course against you, and nobody, whether you're going to be the president, whether you're going to be a member of the executive, whether you're going to be whoever you are, for as long as this predetermination of results, these are some of the biggest crimes that sport can have. I want to conclude by thanking very many people. Most importantly, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, for the support he has given to football, to sport, to AFCON, to CHAN, and I get encouraged and happy and beaming whenever we speak. And he's starting to appreciate football. A journey we started around 2016 to try and say it was our objective that the head of state understands the game of football. In his end-of-year speech, as we all remember, when he was describing what CHAN is and what AFCON is, for me, I believe we have done a very good job as football, but also you as journalists, because I'm sure this information is eventually picked off the various media platforms that exist. Let us continue to propagate this message. So we thank His Excellency the President for the support. He put his foot down that CHAN and AFCON will take place here. Whatever it costs, it will take place here. And for me, I cannot be happier than that. Our Minister, Mama Janet Kataha Museveni, was giving us the guidance, the supervision. I was discussing with her that calling a meeting on the 23rd of December and the 24th of December, 2 consecutive days, by her, to just check what is going on, what has not been done, what do we think about CHAN and AFCON. For me, I remain very excited and realize that our advocacy is working in the right direction to the decision makers of this country. Our Minister of State for Sports, Honorable Peter Ogwang, who is a hands-on, you will see him inside the stadium, you will see him in the field. We want to thank him that with him, we have been able to move miles, and we believe we shall even move miles. And the entire cabinet, because these decisions are discussed at the level of cabinet. The cabinet memo which had to be signed for these funds to be released required the support from the entire cabinet. The Speaker of the Parliament of Uganda and the entire Parliament, the members of Parliament, that for us, this is where the resources are allocated. Much as decisions are done elsewhere, but the resources are allocated at Parliament. And Uganda has so many priorities, has so many challenges. But for the Parliament to go ahead and find resources and find the laws, we believe that this support has been massive. And we want to thank Right Honorable Anita Among, the Deputy Speaker, Right Honorable Thomas Tayewa, and the entire members of Parliament. I've seen members of Parliament on the floor now discussing football. I've seen members of Parliament following the national team at their cost wherever it is going. So I believe that we have done good advocacy. Education, finance, lands, and all the other government departments, inclusive of the National Council of Sports that are our regulators, we want to thank you for the support you've given football in 2024 and going forward. FIFA, we can't mention enough President Gianni Infantino and the entire staffing at FIFA for the funding, the programs, the visits to check on us to see what we are doing. CAF, President Patrice Motsepe has been here not once, but he will continue even coming here with these competitions coming, again for improving on the funding from CAF, the programs and also the visits, the SECAFA for giving us the competitions they give us. I want also to use this opportunity to thank my executive committee, my vice president and members for the support they have given. The delegates, because these decisions are also, some of these decisions are done at the General Assembly, especially the budgeting of FUFA, the standing committees, the judicial bodies, the staff, Edgar Watson and the whole staffing at FUFA, the clubs, the owners, the employees there at, our other members in the regions, the special interest groups, the players of football in the country at whatever level you play, the coaches, the referees. You are responsible for the state of football growing the way it is in the country today as we speak. We cannot forget the cultural institutions, the Buganda Kingdom, with whom we have moved together, the Busoga Kingdom, and many other kingdoms that we have been to, and they have supported the game of football in their various areas. We know that in Toro, in Ibunyoro, they are doing the masters at that level. In Uganda, they are doing masters at that level. In Ibugisu, in Ibusoga. We believe that these competitions, it's still a message of football. At the end of the day, it's the game of football, and we want to thank you. And we cannot forget to thank Uganda, most particularly for the land that has been given to us for us to be able to construct a stadium in Lugazi. The religious institutions, they have been with us. All they can give us is prayers, and they have done that. Whenever we do the matches, they come and watch our matches. We want to thank all of you in the different the religious denominations that we have in the country, because for us football, we are for all. I also want to thank the Church of Uganda for giving us the land where Kadiba is being constructed. We cannot stop to thank you. And also for supporting us. We have had a recent challenge of opening up the roads to Kadiba, but the church has been supportive as well, so we want to thank them for supporting this project to ensure that it is actually done. Rujumba family in Hoima, who donated to us the land where Hoima Stadium is being constructed, that will never change. We'll always be proud of what has been done. and to the family to donate land free. For us, it is something we have to be happy about. Our sponsors, like I've already mentioned, particularly MTN, who have done the building of the brand and also have communicated our message, who have supported our events, and of course all the other sponsors that come along. The media, you guys, thank you so much for the work you're doing. We take the criticism sometimes that we get positively to be sure that we become better. And do your job. Don't be gagged. Continue to expose whatever we are not doing right. Bring information to us such that we can use it, but let us be accurate. Sometimes when we are not accurate, to correct this information becomes a problem. But where we are accurate, it is your right. Nobody should gag you, but at the same time, we should also pick positive lessons from whatever negative that is coming, for as long as it is correct. The different service providers, the ones who give us stadiums, food, transport, as long as you support the game of football, much as you benefit from it as a business, we want to thank you so much. Most importantly, the fan. Omuwagizi. We want to thank our fans for the Uganda Cranes that have filled up Nambole whenever we play there. The support they have given us on digital platforms. We want to thank you so much. Those who are supporting UPL, who are supporting other competitions, be they regional leagues, district leagues, Masaza, wherever you are as a football fan, for us, you are a valuable addition to the industry. And we want to thank you so much and understand that as a federation, we appreciate your contribution to the game. I want to mention the fans that live in the diaspora, because in the campaign to AFCON, we happen to be the team that had more fans than our opponents in all of the 6 matches, home and away. When we were in South Africa, we had more fans than South Africa. I want to thank the Ugandans living in South Africa that you had a contribution to the kind of performance we had. And we'll always thank you. When we went to South Sudan, we had more Ugandans in the stadium than the South Sudanese. We want to thank the Ugandan community living in South Sudan for supporting the game. So literally, and even when we went to Congo, we had more fans than the Congolese. That's the information I got. I don't know if Ugandans are living in Brazil, in Brazzaville, but that's what happened. So I want to say that because of the fans, we had 6 matches, and we had more fans in all the 6 matches, and that's a very rare occurrence. But that's the Ugandan fan wherever you are. Now, I want to conclude this message by saying that let us come out in big numbers to support CHAN. It is a competition at home. And this is a precursor whether the opening or closing final of the Africa Cup of Nations will be in Uganda or not. We believe that Ugandans are some of the people who support their national team based on the African continent. I've asked CAF to do a survey and tell us which country in Africa has football fans that support their national team, and let us rank it. And I believe that Uganda cannot be out of the top 5, if I'm to be generous. Now, let's support CHAN. The draws are going to be conducted. The matches are going to be known. The teams are going to be known that are coming here. The matches that are going to be here. Whether it involves Uganda or not, we are football people. Let us encourage everybody to go and fill up the stadium, and this will give us a good image, and it will also support our team. I want to thank all of you in your different capacities. If you have not been mentioned among these ones I've listed, for what you have done for football. I'm sure even by listening, wherever you are listening from, by watching from wherever you are watching, by reading from wherever you'll be reading this from, you have supported football in a way. And we want to thank you so much. I said this, that it's our game, it's our country.